Hello, Warriors, and you better put on your battle dress today with the Fed. I have some ideas. I was going to talk about RSI, but in my view, this is too important of a day that's going to set up trades that could last for months. So I just want to spend time prepping everybody for the Fed. Viewers know that I've been negative the oil. I was trading it from the short side the last 2 weeks. And we had a failing rally Monday. Actually, I lost money on Monday because I thought we were going to make one more high and have a divergence on the daily. But what I've learned is, okay, so as evidence grew, and it did, especially yesterday, that the high was most likely in. And of course, with OPEC tomorrow, that could all blow away. But when in yesterday up about $1.20, you could take half, put out the sale at 82.65, wrong over 84.15, which is the 2-week off number. And I think there's significance. Look at this weekly look on crude. Pretty negative. It went to the 2-week off number, took it out by 40, but closing last week, we did not get a 2-week reversal. This week looks fairly likely, although there's a few days left. This market looks pretty vulnerable. Who's bearish crude? I can't find a bear out there anywhere. And the market's in backwardation, which was one of the quiz questions we had this week. And markets in backwardation are very, very strong bull markets. So this is just a shakeout that I'm looking for in the oil market. In fact, I think there's going to be some liquidation even in TINA. There is no alternative, and we know what that is. That's talking about S&Ps here. So this is something else I rarely do. I've already booked it. Last night I put out a sale around 430.80 and took 6 handles, took half off. If the Fed is not that hawkish and we get some type of pop here in the S&Ps, there's your 15-minute. May not, that's why I put a piece on, but you guys have heard me ad nauseum talking about partial profits. So when I put it on and had this candle prior to the Fed, I took a piece off with break-even stops now above 430.80 on that piece. But say, for example, I get stopped out on the other half after the Fed because they come in and they talk more dovish. A trader that I work with says that nowadays a hawk is a dove that's just not as dovish as they were. And a dove is super dove. So even being hawkish for the Fed is still being dovish. What do you think, guys? Surf's up. So it's selling off pretty good here. What I'm looking for in the S&Ps, just a little short-term top. I'm not calling this the top. I still think that sometime in December that we're going to get a high up around, I don't know, 4740-ish, maybe 4800. But, it would be healthy for it to pull back, right here around this 4580. There's a couple zones, but I think there could be at least 100 handles. 4500 isn't going to shake up this trend. I think we'd really have to break down under 4440, which was this breakout that we had. So 44.5 looks to me to be the big level. So anyway, just looking for a correction here. In fact, when you look at it, the whole board is headed lower. Been waiting for this break in gold, right? And silver. The two scenarios I have in silver is that we're either going to put in some type of right shoulder. I've been talking about this on the videos. We're not that far away. An extreme right shoulder would be about 22.30. That's still about 80 cents from here. And even if it gets carried away and targets this low, I think you could have a pretty nice looking 3 drives to a bottom formation down here if that happens. So I plan on, at least for now, scaling into this silver trade. here for the initial one, and if it washes out, welcome the washout and look to scale in light leverage, maybe no leverage, maybe silver shares where I don't have the same type of beta or leverage that I would on the bullion. It's going to be very interesting to see where gold ends up, if silver makes a new low. One of the reasons why I think silver will eventually turn and regain leadership is the gold silver ratio, which, was a huge move that will never see these levels. I guess I should never say never, but you got 130 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold back here, and we had a little bounce here, but what a weak bounce. Couldn't even rally back to 38%. And shorter term, there's a nice little head and shoulders formation here developing. And earlier in my career, here's the left shoulder, here's the head. And if we're headed down, we should stop up around the 78 level and then break down under 72. But through most of my commodity career, the gold silver ratio had a median of about 40 to 1. So should we have another bull market in PMs, I do expect silver to outperform the gold to the upside and the ratio to come in, but we'll have to see if we get some type of right shoulder. I want to turn towards the euro because I think that you have to be looking to sell any kind of rip in the euro. Here's your daily chart, but viewers know I was looking for a rally back in here to 117, and this was pretty impulsive. How do you know when something's impulsive? It's because it gets from point A to point B in a heartbeat. How do you know it's corrective? It's just messing around, it's sideways, it marks time, you get fib corrections. This was impulsive. So here's my long talked about target of where I think a long-term buy could take place in Euro USD. First, I want to show you the confluence that I have a 113. So down here at this 113 level, I have fibs, I have speed lines, I have return lines. It's back just a shade under this major breakout that we had from 2020. And, I'm not a milkshake theory guy. Those are the guys looking for 110 in the Dixie and 120 and a deflationary type of recession. I think that we're going to end up with debasement, and that's going to happen in the dollar. And that's what's going to be the energy behind the precious metal move. So I talked to Adam Button earlier in the week, and he said that looking for lows sometime in November for a 1 to 3 month hold in gold is one of the best seasonal trades he's seen. So gold, it's going to be interesting to see. We have some pretty talented technicians that contribute here on TradeGATEHub, and for months now, his handle is gold. He's been looking for about 1734. So, I believe in intelligence gathering, right? So you could come into www.tradegatehub.com and share your work and, mastermind with some people. It looks like it would take this trend out and look pretty negative. So we'll see. I think that's a trend line to pay attention to. So, I mean, it could even happen where the Fed, that they turn it after smashing it. But I really think we have to wait for the dollar to peak to really get aggressive on the long side of precious metals. And if you're just a pure technician, you can look at this as an ascending triangle, which from 89.5 to 3.5 is 400 handles. So 400 handles from 3.5 is going to give you 97, 97.5, back to major resistance. I've been talking about for weeks on end being a dollar bull, thinking that we were going to have the battleground up here between 96 and 97. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a very significant high in the dollar. By then, we should have gotten most of the dollar bears out, and they'll be talking about par, etc. And then I think we could have something like this from 96, 97. I think that one of the easiest ways for the central banks now to try and keep all the balls in the air will be dollar debasement. You know, it's nothing new. We've done it before. So I'm thinking this could end up being a very significant high in the dollar for new lows, you know, 85 minimum. And that's going to be what's going to be behind and add jet fuel to the ongoing commodity market rally, and finally the precious metals kicking in. So those are my views. I look for rallies to sell. I'm looking for shorts in the S&Ps. I'll sell a new high, because is this 1, 2, 3, or is this 1, 2, 3? Either way, look at how we're not confirming pretty glaring divergence on the 4-hour and on the 2-hour. And even if we rallied, say, to new highs for the move, call it 46.35 or so, the 2-hour is not going to confirm. And should we get some type of rally in euro, I'd be selling rips. You know, say we got a rip back to 1640 or so, I'd be selling that rip in the dollar. That's in case the hawk is really a dove. I think the S&Ps are the preferred short, and get ready for a setup on long gold and silver. Not sure about the levels. I'm going to let the market tell me, but I've certainly been waiting for it. I think now you'll start paying attention to gold shares, and you know, Michael Venezia reminded me that the shares have to lead, and we're, you know, they never really did anything that right. Okay, so we're either going to get right shoulders here or new lows. Yamana is almost at new lows. Newmont is at new lows. Newmont, I have a very significant moving average coming in around this 48 level. And on GDX, at new lows, this return line worked for this rally, and this 27 area would be an ideal area to add to or wade into the mining shares. They're all making money. Okay, they're just undervalued. The sentiment is very negative on gold, very negative on silver. You know, everyone's saying, why would you own that? Just own crypto. And they've been right. But to me, the gold and silver about monetary or dollar debasement, and oil's more about inflation. So, yeah, maybe oil's the better inflation hedge, and the precious metals are the better dollar hedge. And they don't always happen at the same time. So I want to wish everyone luck. You know, I'm not against luck, but have your plan, get ready to react to the news if any of those opportunities present themselves. Remember, it's okay to be wrong. It's not okay to stay wrong. Learned that from Blake Morrow. I don't have one original thought. I'm just kidding. I have a few, but I'm a big believer in intelligence gathering, and that's what we're building right here. We're going to attract great traders that want to have a free place to hang out without any pressure to join and subscribe and have a monthly fee, that want to help newer traders that are trying to find their way, and they remember how difficult it was for them and wish they had someone that could have you know, given them a little guidance. Although we all have to make our own mistakes before we really get it. And we lay it all out on the court. I have a very interesting interview tomorrow. If you're familiar with the methodology of using harmonics to trade the market, Andre Cardoso will be with us live from Portugal. And Andre's an excellent technician. His charts are beautiful. They're, they should be NFTs. If I really know what an NFT is, it's like artwork. And harmonics are a very interesting way to trade the markets, with different patterns leading to different targets combined with fibs. So live to trade another day, and we'll see you tomorrow with Andre Cardoso, and good luck. And remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. We'll see if we get this S&P right. I think people would call this a top pick, wouldn't they? And why should I do it? And we'll be covering RSI next week, because it has a bad reputation because people don't know how to use it. They're using it wrong. You don't use it to say a market's overbought and you sell it, or a market's oversold, so you buy it, right? I'm going to teach you, what it's really saying. In fact, I've renamed the relative strength index to RSI to real simple implicator. Don't look up the word implicator. I don't think it's a real word, but it does imply. Okay. How to mint some charting into NFT? Sure. Hey, Jasper, welcome. Welcome. Oh, that's OGX. Yeah. We can learn from everybody. Okay, that's a wrap. And see everyone tomorrow for the interview. If you want to learn about harmonic trading, Andre's a great guy to learn it from. So good luck. Oh, yes, the question of the day. I forgot the question of the day. Question of the day is, which two commodity markets correlate with the Australian dollar? We have any guesses while I'm still around? Come on, I know that we have a lot of geniuses here in TradeGATEHub. If you get one of them right and you're first, you could win. Do I see any in main chat? You could go to McDonald's and take your girlfriend out and impress her with $20. Then she'll probably give you the key to your place back. All right. Gold. Iron and gold. All right. I was thinking copper and gold. They're big copper producers, but gold, yes. I've had arguments with, or debates with people. Some say it's copper. They sell more copper to China. Okay, it affects their economy more, therefore their currency. But let's give it to OGFX Trader. That's one of the two. Congratulations on winning 2 pips of the full contract today. And that's a wrap, everyone. Good luck, and we'll see you tomorrow.